This is probably going to be a very unpopular opinion, but I am a huge fan of these protests going on right now. Don't let me lose you. I am a Republican. I voted Republican. I am a big-time Trump supporter. I support the military. I support the blue, all that type of stuff. But let me tell you why I'm a big supporter of all these protests right now. I live in the state of Mississippi. Today, Saturday, they had put out a press brief where there was going to be protests all around the state, from everywhere from Oxford to Tupelo to Jackson, and down here where I live on the coast in Gulfport, Mississippi, at the courthouse at 9 a.m. this morning. So, being the type of person that I am, I like to people watch. Now, I am a full fucking supporter of protesting. I really am. If you feel strongly enough about something to where you feel like you need to have your voice heard and no one's listening to you, then protesting is 100% within your rights in order to get your point across. Now, if anybody gives a fuck about it or not is up for debate. But the fact that you want to be heard, protesting is a great way to do that. Here's where other states are fucking up, mainly California. For one thing, they're being paid to do it and they're being paid to act like asses. With that being said, they are destroying property that tax-paying Americans had to pay for and are going to have to pay for in order to restore. That's not okay. So I got to thinking to myself after I watched the news last night, and I got that little press briefing about there was going to be a protest very close to my hometown. So I decided this morning I was going to wake up, get me a Monster, take my damn Adderall, and I was going to ride over to that protest, and I was just going to sit there and people watch, because I wanted to see exactly what the hell was going on. Now, when I got there, there was a good group of people out there, and they had anti-Trump signs, they had anti-ICE signs, they did all that type of shit. But as I pulled up across the street and I parked in the parking lot, I got out, and it just so happened, and I happened to run into like 5 or 6 of my buddies, and we didn't coordinate this shit at all. We just all decided to ride down there along with about 100 other Americans, just standing in the parking lot across the way, not doing shit, no picket signs, not hollering, not responding to any of the bullshit coming from across the street or anything like that. We stood there because we all had the same thought at the same time. And this is why I'm a huge fan of these protests. Protesting is your right. You have the right to free speech in this nation. That is one of the most important things possible in our Constitution. With that being said, it does not say anywhere in that Constitution of the United States of America that you're allowed to vandalize property or act ass or cause physical harm to somebody else. What's going on in California right now is not American. That is no longer a peaceful protest. That is bullshit. And they deserve everything that they're getting. But when I pulled up down here in Mississippi and I turned into that damn parking lot and I got out and I just saw a bunch of my buddies and a bunch of people from the community who think like me standing in the parking lot across the way, we noticed a change, because them protesters across the street, they were protesting stuff that they believe in with their signs and their little marches and all of this type of stuff. They didn't act an ass. They didn't, because every one of us on this side of the street had the same damn idea, that if they feel strongly enough about what they're trying to get across as their point, to get out, take time out of their day, conglomerate in a certain location and protest something that we are for and they are against, then all we have to do is match their energy. Matching energy is a huge thing. If you're in your relationship, in your job, and especially in this damn nation as an American. All we did was match their energy. We went down there and we stood there. We didn't have no signs. We didn't say nothing. We was talking to each other, dipping stuff, spitting on the ground, smoking cigarettes and shit. That's all we was doing. But they didn't act an ass. Why? Because a bunch of Americans that are for what's going on right now showed up at their protest, didn't assault them, didn't do anything to harm them, didn't verbally assault them or anything like that. We were just there in case some shit popped off. Because all of us on this side of the road believe that we can't just rely on the boys in blue in order to restore order, because this is our nation. It's all of our nations. And if it is important enough for them protesters to go voice their opinion and take time out of their day in order to try to spread some bullshit, then it is my responsibility. Because I have the ability, it is my responsibility to make sure that they know that their action is going to have an equal and opposite reaction. It's just coming from across the street, and it ain't going to come from the boys in blue. And everybody on my side of the street, we're perfectly fine with the repercussions of our actions if it had escalated to that point. They didn't do anything across the street. Why? Because they're all talk. They ain't going to do a damn thing. They're not going to do a damn thing. They might throw some shit at a police officer. That's because they're trying to catch it on camera and go viral on social media in order to feel sorry and then diminish the damn boys in blue. They ain't going to do that to regular Americans. So if you are against these protests, think about it from the way I just said. This is a great way that Americans Keep in mind I said Americans. Americans are coming together because we're basically being called. This is our time to step up. If they gonna step up and they gonna protest, we don't have to protest. We just got to stand there like State Farm. We just an insurance policy, and I guarantee you half of them little whiny baby bitches, they ain't gonna do shit if there's some serious Americans standing across the street ready to protect everything that our families and our friends have fought and died for. New take on it. Just got back, got to go cut grass. I'm a big fan of these protests. It's bringing Americans together. Shit.